the Artist Chief.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Artist Chief. It's a slow week for news in Chiefs Kingdom, so I thought I'd share with you an article that I wrote for arrowheadguys.com. Make sure and check them out. Huge shout out to Anthony Stratton for helping make that happen. Alright, so I'm going to share with you that article, and I might paraphrase a little bit, but here goes. Alright, so let's turn into a divisional rivals head coach. As you know, Jon Gruden is the current head football coach of the Las Vegas Raiders and has been since 2018. He had a previous stint with the Raiders but was traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. After Tampa Bay released him, he eventually spent several years in the booth for Monday Night Football, where he probably should have stayed. Jon Gruden sucks as a head coach in the NFL, and here's why. He is at .510 for the regular season with 106 wins and 102 losses. For the postseason, he is 5-4, .556, and last but not least for his career, he's .512, 111 and 106. 5 games above 500. 5. Wow. All right. So let's dial it back a little bit. I'm going to go off the script. So with the Raiders, he was the tuck rule away from going to the Super Bowl. Okay. Well, Corey, shouldn't you give him more credit? Well, that kind of thing happens to every team. Look what happened to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game the year before. Bogus calls happen to everybody. They happen to the Saints like twice. So I'm not going to give any credit to that. Sorry. I mean, he didn't make the Super Bowl. Now, wait a minute, though. He did win the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. To that I say, okay, but he had Rich McKay and Tony Dungy's guys. I mean, who did he draft, or what did he do after that? Here's what he did after that. He only sniffed the playoffs 2 more times with Tampa Bay, and he went one and done against the Redskins in 2005 and the Giants in 2007. Then one more season without seeing the playoffs yet again, and he's fired. So to recap, half of his time in Tampa Bay from 2002 to 2008, they didn't go to the playoffs, and 2/3 of the time they did, and they lost the first game. Okay, on to Oakland, now the Las Vegas Raiders. So Mark Davis decides to bring back the old head coach because he doesn't know any better, or football for that matter, and gives him a ridiculous contract of $100 million for 10 years. This is giving that kind of money to a guy who did win 5 division titles in 13 years, where 2 of those were only by 9 or 10 wins. And when he doesn't win the division, it's feast or famine. He's finished 3rd place 4 times and 4th place 4 times. Yikes. So what has his record been up to this point with the Raiders? Since 2018, that is. 11-21. Wow. The game has passed him by, to say the least. Maybe he spent too much time in the Monday Night Football booth. But then again, he was 95-81 before he took that job. During the filming of HBO Hard Knocks, Gruden was talking to his players about being into nightmares, as to suggest he wanted the opposition to fear his team. Sadly, I think that what he really meant was that he was into living out nightmares. Maybe he really wants to replace Chucky in the next Child's Play movie. I don't know. So, I'd like to finish by saying thank you to Mark Davis for having to sit on such a massive contract like he so foolishly gave this man. You can't really fire him at this point, even though he clearly stinks. And thank you for making the Kansas City Chiefs 2-0 for the foreseeable future. Knock on wood if you're with me, Chiefs Kingdom. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and let's go Chiefs.